What's going on, guys? It's Coach Noob back in the building with another one. As usual, it's going to be jam packed full of jewels, and your time is always appreciated because you could be doing anything but you hear me checking out these reviews. That's another wild one. A husband charged with his missing wife's murder. So let's check it out.
More than a month after San Antonio mom Suzanne Simpson vanished, tonight Texas police have charged her husband, Brad Simpson, with her murder.
We realize that this doesn't bring closure to Suzanne's family, but we hope it will allow them to enter the next phase of their grieving process with more clarity.
The mother of four and local realtor,
I'm Suzanne. I've been in real estate for 13 years.
last seen in early October when a neighbor told investigators they saw her husband of more than 20 years fighting with her.
All right, so being charged with something that doesn't mean he did it, but at the same time, it does mean that the state or whatever feels like they have enough evidence to eventually convict you of doing it. So, and even being put in this kind of situation, man, is crazy. Like I always say, man, mental health, physical health, spiritual health, decision making, arguing with the woman and then her coming up missing. It's not good because especially if you were the last person that was seen, fighting with her and all of that, and then all of a sudden she's not there anymore and you are, and you don't have any answers. So they take you in and they charge you because they got enough evidence. Even being looked at like that is crazy. Even if you get off and they still never find a body, people are still gonna look at you like you did that. And so just having like the mental capacity, spiritual, capacity to not even argue with or move around. Yeah, some people feel like when they have so much time in with somebody, it's not worth leaving them, and they don't want to see them move on or anybody else to have them. That kind of stuff happens all the time. So it's very important, man, to know that it's never too late to start over, man. No matter how much time you got with somebody, man. If it's not working and all it's doing is draining you of your energy, of your time, of your peace of mind, then it's time to move around. It's not doing any justice for you or the other person. It's toxic, it's unhealthy, and not only is it toxic for you and that person, it's toxic for the kids if you have kids, for the family, the grandparents, the friends and other family, cousins, all of that, man. It's toxic for everybody. It takes a toll on everybody.
Her outside the couple's home. This week, their daughter making a stunning allegation in a social media post obtained by our San Antonio affiliate, writing, "My father took my mother's life in a state of rage and control. As my mother's daughter, I will tell our story over and over again with every breath. I will make sure you remember her name."
So it even takes a toll, like the kids, man, on the kids, and they're never going to look at their father the same. And like I said, even if he does get off or not get convicted, they're still going to believe that he did it. They're already making accusations that he did it, and they have it like in their mind that he's the one who did that. And a lot of that goes to the decisions that he was making that led up to the point of her disappearance. If it would have been different, if every time an argument would start, he would walk away or something, then they probably would have looked at him different, like, nah, he's always getting out of there. He doesn't like to fight with our mom. We know he didn't do it. Then they would have been looking at you in a different light. So that's why decision making is so important, and knowing the impact that it has on you, and not only you, everyone around you, man, is so important, and especially mental health is so important. Like, arguing with a female, it's not healthy for you mentally, spiritually, or physically. It drains all three of those things, man. So you have to keep your peace of mind at all times, man. Even if you have to walk away from somebody that you were with for a long time, no matter what age you are. In these videos, you guys know that it's all ages, man, from the 20s on up to the 60s. You know what I'm saying? So it's never too late, man, to realize like it's not worth arguing, man. It's not worth being physical with the female. Just muster up the courage, strength, whatever you got to do, and move around, man. Build yourself up until you get where you want to be so you can do what you have to do.
I just don't understand. I don't understand why it happened.
Police first arrested Brad late last month on charges including assault and family violence. They now say they have enough evidence to charge him with murder, though they have not shared specific details, and Suzanne's body has not been found.
So, like I said, being charged is, it's not convicted. But now they say that they have enough evidence to charge him with murder, even though the body hasn't been found yet. So, man, from people's stories and then them finding stuff, they just put it together. Like, even if they don't find the body, it's a chance that this dude might still be charged with her murder. That's why it's so important to not get into it with your wife, man, or your girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? Even your homegirl or just your little, your sneaky link, whatever it is, man. It's never worth it, bro. It's always a female out there that's for you. They say it's somebody for everybody. So you just got to find a person that is for you. Even if you think that this was a person for you, it's not if it takes this much out of you, man. If it drains you that much to the point where you're always fighting and arguing with somebody, it's never worth it, man.
Search for Suzanne is still ongoing.
Brad Simpson's friend and longtime business partner James Cotter is out on bail tonight after he was arrested and charged with evidence tampering. According to police, Cotter allegedly hid an AK-47 belonging to Brad behind a wall 2 days after his wife disappeared. Neither Mr. Simpson or Mr. Cotter's attorneys have responded to NBC News' request for comment.
And I don't think they would either, because this is a touchy situation. Now his friend is involved, and if he did do it, he's not gonna say anything because he hid an AK for him, man. Like, and they didn't say how she was killed or missing. They just said she came up missing, and they can't even say that he killed her. All they can do is charge him with it, and if they do convict him, then they can say he killed her. But right now, it's just a conviction, but it doesn't make it look any better that his friend helped him and got booked for tampering with evidence. And now people are going to be looking at him too. So one person made a decision. This is also a good example to do something or argue with his wife. And then his friend got involved, man. Now his friend is in on it, and he could potentially be an accomplice for this and go down for the murder too. So that's how, or an example of how the decisions you make can affect you and everyone around you, man. And if he did or if he didn't, now I think his friend knows. That's his homie, man. But right now, he's not gonna say anything because he would have did it already, man. People, and this is like the age of people telling and doing all that stuff, man. So, I mean, it's not glorifying what they did or anything. He's just, man, he's not going to say nothing. Even if he knows, I think he would have done it by now, man. Because facing going to jail for a murder, you can get booked for a while, man. And people, they usually turn on people and stuff, man. So, it's just crazy that one person's decision got somebody else, in a jam too. And his friend could have said, no, he's not going to hide him. He's not going to tamper with evidence for him. So, he did make his own decision as well. And only time will tell, you know what I'm saying, if he made the right one. But honestly, it's not looking like it. Like, why would you have to hide a gun after 2 days after the woman came up missing or something, man? Especially if you didn't have anything to do with it. Arguing with her or not, an argument is an argument, but a fight is a fight, though. So he was arguing and fighting with her, so it doesn't look good on his behalf. And then the fact that his friend hid a weapon for him, it just makes it look that much worse on his part, man.
Suzanne's family tonight making this emotional appeal to her alleged killer to help locate her remains.
It is our sincere hope and prayer that Brad will find the compassion and courage to end his family's suffering by cooperating with the authorities to help us find his wife.
But until Suzanne's body is found, her family saying the charge has at least started to bring closure.
This helps.
So I think if he was going to say something about him doing it, he would have did it already. And a lot of times people unalive themselves and the kids and stuff too with it. So this dude, he still wasn't thinking, because even being in this kind of situation is messed up, man. And it's the kind of thing that it's always going to be with you. Even like I said, even if you do get off, people are always going to look at you like you did something to her. Like that OJ thing, man. A lot of people say he did it, even though he got off from it, people still say he did it, and it stuck with him until the day that he died, man. So this is one of those situations where it's not going to go anywhere, even if he isn't convicted of murdering his wife.
Us come to terms with the reality that Suzanne is no longer with us, allowing us to continue the difficult process of grieving and focus on rebuilding our lives for the sake of the children and our extended family.
Valerie Castro joins us in studio. So, Valerie, do we know what new evidence police have that they were able to charge the husband?
Right now we don't, and it could be 30 days before we have any more information. The judge has ordered the arrest affidavit sealed in this case until then, because investigators say it still contains a lot of sensitive information. Remember, they are still looking for Suzanne, presumably her body. In the meantime, her husband, Brad, is being held on a $2 million bond.
Okay, Valerie Castro, we thank you.
So he held on $2 million, man. That's a lot, bro, to get out 10% of that. So he got into a sticky situation, man. And then with the body coming up missing, it just makes it even crazier. Because now they are going to try to lean on him, telling him where the body's at. Like they said, they got evidence to convict him or charge him with murder. So they're definitely going to be on him and be trying to, make it seem like he did it, even if he didn't. But it's not really looking good. And even getting yourself into this kind of situation, man, like I always say, man, it's never worth it, man. Just move around before it gets this bad. No matter how much time you have in with the woman, it's not worth it, man. Go work on yourself. If you know you're going to argue with the next female and use what you went through with one that you just walked away from, then it's not time for you to be in a relationship, man. You need to heal. You need to work on yourself so that you go into the next relationship with a clear mind. And, not all women are the same, man. They're not. Even if it wasn't like they were fighting and arguing because she was cheating or doing something like that, man. But whatever baggage that you have with you from the past will still be there if you don't take time to heal and work on yourself. You're only going to carry it into the next relationship. So that's why it's so important to heal, man, and deal with yourself, work on yourself before you deal with somebody else. And remember, you can't save anybody until you save yourself. So it's Coach Noob. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you're feeling this kind of content. And your time is always appreciated because you can be doing anything, but you hear me checking out these reviews, and I hope you've been learning something from them. And until next time, I'm out.